As we all know, the CARES Act included some relief for small businesses. It was the PPP portion of the CARES package. And unfortunately, there was a lot of abuse, a lot of corporations and giant restaurant chains that managed to secure some of those loans, which will get forgiven as long as these companies keep their employees on board. However, we're also learning that Joel Osteen, who's a prosperity gospel preacher, meaning he's all about making money, has in fact applied and received $4.4 million in PPP loans. So the prosperity gospel pastors, Lakewood Church in Houston specifically, received a $4.4 million loan through the Paycheck Protection Program, part of the Congressional CARES Act, and the first time lawmakers gave direct financial assistance to houses of worship. And the reason why this is the first time is because houses of worship are tax exempt. They don't pay taxes, they don't pay into this system. And so the whole idea is if you're not paying into the system and you're tax exempt, you shouldn't be getting this type of relief. But there were exceptions made because of the unique nature of the pandemic. And of course, you can always rely on a prosperity gospel preacher to take as much as he possibly can, even though he's a millionaire himself. In fact, Osteen's net worth is an estimated $40 million, making him the richest or one of the richest pastors in the world. Cenk.
Yeah, so look, there's a couple of different things here. Number one, if they want to take PPP for religious organizations, which is allowed, and they want to spend it to make sure they keep their employees. So the pastor, whoever else is involved in a church, a temple, a mosque, etc. I get it. I think it's debatable for a reason I'm going to get into in a second, but I understand if you really need it. But Joel Osteen lied about taking it. So that makes me think, did your prosperity gospel church, which is a mega church, incredibly wealthy, it's made you incredibly wealthy, you sure you needed it? And and more importantly, was it spent on your actual employees? Because if it isn't, by the way, you're breaking the law. But that's the thing, religious organizations in this country are above the law. So they don't pay taxes, they get this kind of money. And then if you dare to hold them accountable and say, hey, did you really spend it on your employees? They're like, oh my God, discrimination. They're discriminating against my mission and my yacht, right? So, and then the other part of this that's questionable is, okay, I get wanting to keep employees. That's why PPP was good in the first place. But religious organizations do discriminate. And now, if you're religious and you're right wing, you might say that's good. I don't want gay people getting married, and that's my religious belief, and you can't do anything about that. That's true. And in this country, you're allowed to hate. You're allowed to hate anyone you like. You're allowed to discriminate against them in your own personal beliefs, but you're not allowed to discriminate against them in business and in government and in many other forms. But wait a minute, why is the government giving $4.4 million to a church that does discriminate against some of us? Now, if you're not in the LGBTQ community, you might say, well, I don't care, man. They should get it anyway, even though they discriminate. But there's a lot of Americans who are gay. And so they're saying, no, we don't want you to be able to adopt kids. Now give me government money, give me your money, your taxpayer money, if you're a gay or lesbian or any of those folks, and I want your money, and then I want to be able to use it to discriminate against you. Nah, that's wrong. By the way, maybe I can get right wingers on my side. If you don't know this, we did a story on tyt.com. Mosques are also getting money. So they're getting your taxpayer money. You probably love it if the church is getting it. Oh yeah, take my money, man, for your mission, it's awesome, right? But are you happy with mosques taking the money? I don't know, maybe you are, but it's going to all of them, and they are allowed to have any, practice they want with our money.
Yeah, look, you changed my opinion on this, because when I first found out that religious organizations and churches and mosques and all of that, they can, apply for these loans, I thought it was wrong because they haven't paid into the system. But you did convince me that, look, I mean, they're being forced to shut down during this pandemic. So this is a unique case. But honestly, we need to change our policies when it comes to this tax exempt status, because again, like a A lot of these churches, a lot of these religious organizations do engage in political speech as well, which is what they're not supposed to be doing if they're tax exempt. Everyone should be paying their fair share in this country, period. That's it. That's end of story. We need to stop making exceptions. All right, well.
Brett, can I see Joel Osteen's house? Because I just want you guys to see it, right? And look, you get this house because you're great at being an entrepreneur, being a basketball player, being whatever, an amazing surgeon. Great, bless your heart, right? But he's a so-called prosperity preacher. So he is claiming this is what Jesus wants. Jesus said, sell everything you own, okay? Get rid of every single thing you own, give it to the poor and the needy, and then you will believe in me. And this guy says, no, I need your taxpayer money because my mansion isn't large enough for Jesus, please.
I thought Jesus said you definitely need a portico garage. Does he have one? I don't know. Does he have 8 antique fireplaces? Because the Descante does. Kelly Loeffler and her husband do.
Yeah,
it's a story from yesterday, Cenk.
You're using words I don't even understand.
Honestly, same. I just learned yesterday.
So, but guys, when you look at that picture, I'm asking you if you're a devout Christian, have you read the Bible? Is it conceivable that Jesus would want them to have mansions at your expense? Come on, think for yourself. And that's again for the billionth time in a row why I get mad at the media. Oh, I can't say anything against the prosperity gospel, guys. It's religion. I don't want to lose any of my ratings. I don't want to lose my readership. I don't want to lose my advertisers. They'll get mad at me. Oh yeah, that's perfectly normal. Yeah, Jesus wanted everybody to be super rich. Well, not everybody, just Republicans. That's not true. Read the Bible.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.